18 people have been killed after a plane crashed during takeoff in Nepal. The only survivor was the pilot. French President Emmanuel Macron says a centrist government will stay on through the Olympics after the leftist coalition select Lucie Castet as their choice for PM. Women's rights groups in Poland protest against the rejection of a bill aimed at changing the country's restrictive abortion law. "18 people have been killed after a plane crashed during takeoff in Nepal. The only survivor was the pilot, who has been taken to hospital with injuries to his eyes. A local doctor said he is not in a critical condition. The Soria Airlines plane was heading from Tribhuvan International Airport in Kathmandu, which is the main airport in Nepal for international and domestic flights, to the resort town of Pokhara. But it slipped off the runway during takeoff and caught fire. It's unclear how the plane slipped.
Good to see you. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming.
Vladimir Zelensky has thanked the Vatican for its participation in the recent peace summit in Switzerland.
I think it's
your collaborators here.
The Ukrainian president met with the Secretary of State of the Holy See, Cardinal Pietro Parolin, in Kiev, where Parolin said he shared the Pope's stance towards Ukraine. In Kherson, a 50-year-old man was hospitalized after the Russian military dropped explosives from a drone on the region. 15 settlements on the right bank of the Kherson region were attacked, with 30 private houses, a commercial establishment, a gas pipeline, and cars damaged. Despite this, Zelensky said that his country's missile program is, quote, showing good dynamics and gradually approaching the possibility of using their own missiles. Meanwhile, Moscow says that it is carrying out military exercises using Yars intercontinental ballistic missile launchers capable of carrying a nuclear payload. The exercises are the second of its kind to take place this month.
French President Emmanuel Macron says he will keep a centrist caretaker government on through the Olympics to avoid disorder, brushing aside an 11th-hour nomination for Prime Minister by the new Popular Front. It comes after the leftist coalition, who won the most votes in this month's parliamentary elections, selected little-known civil servant Lucie Castet as their choice for Prime Minister.
Ma volonté, c'est dès qu'on le pourra, de pouvoir constituer en effet un gouvernement, parce que le pays a besoin d'un gouvernement pour prendre les décisions, préparer un budget, prendre les décisions pour le pays. Et donc, de manière évidente, jusqu'à la mi-août, on doit être concentré sur les Jeux. Et puis à partir de là, en fonction de l'avancée de ces discussions, ce sera ma responsabilité de nommer un Premier ministre ou une Première ministre et de lui confier la tâche de constituer un gouvernement et d'avoir le rassemblement le plus large qui lui permette d'agir et d'avoir la stabilité.
The Olympics get underway with an opening ceremony in Paris on Friday.
There are no concrete threats to the upcoming Olympic Games in Paris. That's according to France's Interior Minister. Gérald Darmanin said around 1,000 people have been banned from attending the competition amid suspicion of potential spying. Others were flagged for suspected Islamic radicalization, left or right-wing political extremism, and significant criminal records. Over 1 million background checks have also been made to scrutinize Olympic volunteers, workers, and others involved in the Games.
Alors, nous n'avons pas de menaces caractérisées pour les Jeux Olympiques, ni les services de renseignement français, ni les services étrangers, amis, partenaires qui nous aident. Nous sommes aujourd'hui très attentifs évidemment à chaque signe faible, comme on dit dans le renseignement, mais nous n'avons pas de menaces caractérisées.
35,000 police officers will patrol Paris every day of the Games.
Gathering in solidarity, women's rights group in Poland protests against the rejection of a bill aimed at changing the country's restrictive abortion law. The pro-abortion activists organised the rally in Warsaw on the day of the final session of Parliament, or Sejm, just before the summer recess began. Almost 2 weeks ago, the lower house rejected a bill which would decriminalise abortion, meaning anyone who assisted a woman in terminating her pregnancy would not face prosecution.
Jesteśmy tutaj, bo chcemy pokazać, że aborcja to jest coś, czego potrzebujemy teraz, potrzebujemy uregulowania tego i potrzebujemy tego, co rząd nam obiecał. A głosowałyśmy na rząd, który obiecał nam związki partnerskie, głosowałyśmy na rząd, który obiecał nam aborcję.
Proszę pana, ja mam żonę, mam córkę i solidaryzuję się z kobietami, tym bardziej, że mężczyźni nie powinni mieć nic do powiedzenia w tej kwestii, a jeśli już, to wspierać po prostu kobiety.
The liberalisation of abortion laws was one of the main objectives of current Prime Minister Donald Tusk.
Palestine's conflicting political factions, Hamas and Fatah, have signed an agreement in Beijing in which they vow to end division and strengthen Palestinian unity. The declaration was brokered by China following reconciliation talks between 14 different Palestinian groups, which began in the Chinese capital on Sunday. At a press conference on Tuesday, China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesperson Mao Ning outlined the details of the agreement.
实现涵盖所有派别的民族大团结。根据联合国有关决议，建立以耶路撒冷为首都的独立的巴勒斯坦国，坚持包括约旦河西岸、耶路撒冷和加沙在内的巴勒斯坦领土完整。表示将根据8个派共识，按照8现行基本法组建临时民族和解政府，开展加沙重建，并根据通过的选举法尽快筹备并举行大选。
Fatah and Hamas have been rivals since Hamas violently took control of Gaza in 2007. The Fatah-dominated Palestinian Authority currently administers parts of the occupied West Bank.
Newly elected European Parliament lawmaker Giuseppe Antocci has warned against the existential threat of mafias to the European Union and its member states. To deal with this, Antocci called for a joint and coordinated response at the European level. As president of the Neighbourhood Park in Sicily, Antocci devised a protocol to prevent money from European funds for agriculture from ending up in the hands of mafia clans. For this, he became an enemy of the mafia.
Diventare un nemico significa iniziare per prima cosa con le minacce, far capire che non devi andare avanti e se vai avanti arrivare, come si dice, fino all'ultimo miglio. Ciò è accaduto a maggio del 2016, dove io sono stato colpito dall'unico attentato di mafia dopo le stragi del 92. Io sono il primo uomo delle istituzioni che viene colpito con un'altra tentata strage. Insieme a me 4 valorosi uomini della Polizia di Stato che quella notte, dopo quel violento conflitto a fuoco, mi hanno salvato la vita e mi hanno riportato a casa da mia moglie e dalle mie figlie.
Elected to the European Chamber with Italy's leftist five-star movement, Giuseppe Antocci is among the MEPs who wander the corridors of the European Parliament with special police protection. He maintains an escort in Brussels and Strasbourg and will have an office with special security measures without any glass windows outside.
Io ho già proposto una risoluzione per l'istituzione della CRIM, la commissione che si occupa della criminalità organizzata, è stata istituita solo una volta in Parlamento europeo. Noi abbiamo idea che le mafie sono globalizzate, noi abbiamo idea che la criminalità organizzata è presente in tanti territori, in tanti stati europei.
Despite the constant fears, Antocci says stopping one of the major financing channels of organized crime in Italy was worth it.
Puoi morire in una strage di mafia come stava accadendo a me e quei valorosi poliziotti. Ci sarebbero state le commemorazioni, le lapidi, i ricordi, giusto così. Però sei morto una volta. Poi c'è un altro modo per morire, che è quello di alzarsi la mattina, guardarsi allo specchio, sapere di non aver fatto il proprio dovere, sentirsi sporchi, sapere di non poter passare dall'altra stanza e incrociare le tue figlie e continuare a dire loro che la vita va vissuta con rettitudine, senza abbassare lo sguardo e la schiena. e allora quello specchio ti uccide ogni giorno.
Over the next 5 years, Giuseppe Antoci will be part of the Civil Liberties, Justice and Home Affairs Committee of the European Parliament, focusing on organized crime.
US Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheetle has resigned after scrutiny of security weaknesses related to the assassination attempt of former President Donald Trump. The resignation came as the internal government watchdog moved forward with investigations into the handling of Trump's protection. In a statement, President Joe Biden said he and First Lady Jill Biden are grateful for Cheetle's decades of public service.
As the summer heat makes the outdoors often unbearable for tourists and locals alike in Rome, the city's most famous building can be visited in the cooler night hours. And if the full moon is out, it makes for an unforgettable experience. The Coliseum, which is also the world's largest amphitheatre, was built during the rule of Emperor Titus Flavius Vespasian between 70 AD and 80 AD. Visitors can go to the basements where the animals were held in cages and the slaves and gladiators waited before being lifted up to the arena by surprise using a complex system of winches to fight for the gory delight of the bloodthirsty crowd.
Siamo proprio esattamente sul piano dell'arena, anzi ci dobbiamo immaginare che questa superficie di legno si estendeva su tutto quanto l'ovale del Colosseo e qui si svolgevano gli spettacoli che il popolo poteva vedere dalla mattina alla sera.
And originally the Coliseum had a gigantic 30-metre bronze statue of the Emperor Nero outside it.